How you doing, guys? This is a video response from Mark. I just watched this and the other video. Basically, like I said in the comment, it's just a stacking game of steals and clutches, steals and clutches, steals and clutches. Then you got the side gear. Well, you do both sides. Then you got the spring. There's a preload spring. Okay, and basically, these are the things that make me nervous. Basically, what you have is, you got a picture it turned. Okay, you have a little bit of pressure on these steels and these clutches at all times. That's why when you go to turn the wheel, say you have it jacked up and someone holds one wheel, you turn the other, it appears like they're both spinning, but there is an actual specification you could do with a torque wrench as you hold one and try and turn the other, and that'll tell you what the preload on these clutch packs are. Okay, and if they're within spec, there's a good chance they're going to work. That drag that you feel, and this is where my problem lies, that drag that you feel when someone's holding one wheel and you're trying to turn the other by hand is not what gives you traction to the other wheel. That's just a preload. Okay, because if that's the only resistance you had, you would easily just smoke the clutches. How the system works, like I said, you got to turn it sideways, but I can't. How the system basically works is you have the other pinion gears, you have the two side gears, and all those clutch packs. Okay, and obviously your axle's coming in hooked to the side gears. When you accelerate hard like you were doing, when you do a burnout, okay, the rear end of the car, the right rear tire, tries to lift up and go into the wheel well. It's not the car pushing it down. The wheel tries to leave the ground and go up. Case in point, the back of the car drops on that side. The left side's gonna lift because of engine torque. That's why the right side wheel goes up into the wheel well. With that, it loses pressure to the ground, so that wheel wants to spin. Okay, so it transfers all the torque out to that side, doubles the speed. What happens in a posi unit is when it tries to do that, okay, it puts a side load on the gears because they try and spread. So the axle gears try to spread on the pinion gears, even though everybody calls them all spider gears. So they try and spread, they try and walk off the teeth, they try and come off the teeth, they try and push away so they could skip. But once they start to push away, it compresses all these clutches, and that's how the posi unit works. And then when you let up on the gas or the situation corrects itself, it actually takes the load off them. Okay, now if you don't have the correct preload pressure because this spring is bad, or on some of them you have two plates and coil springs, there's all different ways of doing it, or these frictions are bad, or the steels are bad, or there's too much clearance, or there's some kind of issue, that's why the posi unit no longer works. But if you lift the tires, you could probably spin both tires at the same time. There might be enough preload, there might not be enough preload to get them to bite. Either that, or it's just like a slipping clutch in the car. Usually the pressure plate's good, the clutch is gone, but whatever. My concern is that it's all apart, and you're going to spend money on bearings. Now, everything in this world is a gamble, but you're going to spend money on bearings. You can't use the two races because you don't know what bearings they came off of. So this one is seated to either this one or this one. It's a 50-50 shot, you'll get that right. Okay, so the bearings are scrap. Okay, not a big deal. You're going to have to buy yourself a shim pack so you could set the bearing preload, okay, and the actual backlash by moving it left and right. Okay, so there's some money there. Ring and pinions aren't the cheapest in the world. Plus you're going to have to buy an installation kit, which consists of the crush collar and the pinion bearings, obviously. I know they make a whole complete install kit, so there's some money there. And after you spend all that, you still don't know if the posi unit is even good. Okay, there are tools that they sell. They're little stubby looking axle things, and it allows you to clamp one side and turn the other side with a torque wrench. Not too many people have those tools. I sold off my tools 20 years ago. I did a lot of Jeep differentials right here out of the house. I had presses, I had all the stuff. I was into it, I enjoyed it. It was nice, it was calming. For some reason, these gears scare people. And with that, it just, I don't know, I just enjoy doing it. Like I said in the comment in the video, heading up to Lake Compounds next week. There's rear ends all over the place up there. Obviously, when I said to take the measurements, I'm not sure if the Camaro rear ends change when they get into 1970 and a half and newer, as opposed to a 69, 68, and 67. That's why I said take your measurements. I'm sure the leaf springs are the same, but face to face. Okay, a lot of people in the old days measured backing plate to backing plate. Then if the brakes were different thicknesses, it messed it up. It's face to face, flange to flange. Two straight edges coming up where the wheels would be and a tape measure in between. And write the number down. And let's see what's out there. And if nothing's out there, then we can get back to this. It's a shame they took it apart. Not that it can't be put back together. It's a shame. And then we got to see what carrier case this is. There's different carriers, like a 2 series, 3 series, and 4 series. So, like I said, just give me the ring gear count. Okay, usually you use the ring and pinion, but with the ring gear count, you can get a ballpark idea of what ring and pinion was in there. If that's a 278, a 250, a 373, a 450, 456. So, plus you need a dial indicator to do it, and you could do it multiple ways. You could set the pinion depth. Usually the way it's done is you set the pinion depth using the original shim from the other one, and then you check it. There's also tools you can install inside the pinion bearings, and then there's it's a special tool. It's like a piece of pipe that goes in under the bearing caps, which is pretty much useless. You can't put those on your new unit. It's just like main caps, so they're only good for the rear itself that they came off of. They were put on there and honed, so they're junk. But you install that pipe, you clamp down the caps, and you swing it back and forth, and you can get a depth measurement, and that tells you what size shim to put in, depending on what shim, how you have it set up. So there are special tools. There's ways of going around not using the special tools with success. But if you do get it wrong, you will chew it, and I'd hate to see that happen. So with that said, like I said, give it a shot. Lake Compounds, the place never ceases to amaze me. Just ask Ruben. Ruben's a believer. And there's no stickers because I never had stickers made. That's just my cheapness. Someday. So with that said, hopefully you can make it, and just let us know if you're going to come. I have a wagon. I know Ruben has a wagon. If you have a wagon, bring it, because either one of our wagons can easily haul a rear end around if you find one. Plus they have, if you wait at the end of the aisle, they will have delivery to your car. But if we got a wagon, we don't need delivery to the car. We could just bring it there ourselves, and maybe we'll get lucky. So okay, hope that helped a little bit. I know it didn't help you on how to install this, but I wanted you to know how it worked and what fails and how things could look normal to you, but the unit can be failed. So when they fail, they don't explode in pieces. So okay, I'm out of here.